the tomatoes.
These sunflowers taller than me.
I know, look at these sunflowers. Welcome back, friends. This is Brianna with City License Starry Nights, and today we are going to go do some stuff around the homestead. I've got some compost and I've got some chicken scraps for the chickens, and we're going to go give those to the chickens and get that in the compost, but we're going to get some garden stuff done. So it's been getting in the low 40s here in Arkansas and at nighttime, and so we're going to go pick everything we need to get out of the garden so I can pull all the pepper plants and all the tomato plants and lay down our cover crop seed. So that is what we are going to get started today. I don't know how much we'll get done, we'll see, but it is very windy already up here on our hill, so I am going to show you clips and just open it up here because the wind just destroys our audio. So we are going to stick with just showing you clips, and I'll talk over it here in a sec. So we might try adding a mic, and we'll see how that works. But I am still like learning everything to do with this filming stuff. But we'll see how it goes. But come along and let's see what we can get. Eli's hooking me up. So he says this works. We'll see.
It does.
We gotta rig it up because these cameras don't have like mic hookups. What? You're gonna help me? Okay, grab it.
That's the neighbor's goats screaming over there.
Oh, the baby goats. You gonna help with that one? Okay, let's go.
Food for chickens.
Okay, nope, that one's the compost. This one's the food for the chickens. It's leftover bread and a bunch of rotten tomatoes.
Oh,
or soft tomatoes. Yeah, they are.
Compost.
Alright, hook up. We'll see how this does for us amateurs. You say hi? Alright, let's switch cameras. So I guess just to pause right here and tell you what the heck is going on in this area. We are going to put a fire pit here in this area. And so we're bringing dirt from our basement area that needs dug out up here and kind of bringing the level up. And it's going to be a really cool area with the fire pit. We're going to have these little barrels that are over here with some posts and lights. Super cool.
You went inside of it.
I need to do a little barn tour for you guys because we got hay recently and we had to move a bunch of things around, so everything looks different in there. Go ahead. Eli might need to dump that. I think the chickens are ready. Oh.
They don't care about the bread.
Oh, you should have spread it out.
Now Vance.
No, she doesn't want to touch me. And chickens just take it.
The OG barn, she steals it all.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they finally are going after the bread. They prefer those tomatoes for sure. Yeah, yum yums. We're about ready to have some more garden stuff for them, so they're gonna be eating good today.
Tomatoes.
She's getting it. Good. She's huge. Because Billifetters can get up to 9 pounds.
Wow.
So she can be bigger than our rooster. Isn't that crazy?
We need to get a belt out of the rooster.
Yeah. They can be like 10 pounds. Isn't that neat?
Hi.
It's because they're dual purpose chickens.
She was like this.
So when we hatch them out, the roosters can go to the freezer.
Once
That's
she
the plan.
starts laying, she won't be worried about meat. meat.
Are you showing them the brush? No, we're not going in there. We're gonna go work in the garden. Okay. The tomatoes.
These sunflowers taller than me.
I know. Look at these sunflowers. And zinnias. We still have tomatoes on these ones, so we'll see. They just started coming in good. for like since it started cooling off.
What are the sunflowers are taller than Dad?
There's beans back there. We'll go check on those. So Roma tomatoes.
That was a bunny.
Oh, it was in here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, there was a bunny. Let me see. Oh wow, we're gonna have to reinforce that. Yeah, staple it there. That's where the bunny got out, came in. Oh no, little Peter Rabbit needs to stay out of our garden.
I don't even think
Okay,
the chickens will want to eat these.
Oh yeah, something like that. Just go in the compost. Put those ones in the compost, and then the ones that have like bug bites on them, like bug infestation.
I don't think one can go.
Nope, that's split. So put that with the ones for the chickens. Yeah, leave them for now until I evaluate whether we're gonna leave the tomatoes a little bit longer.
Okay. I got some fresh tomatoes. It's supposed to frost in like 3 weeks, you said.
Yeah.
Mila has some.
Here we have the sunflowers that we've been growing, and the ones in the front are pretty spent, but the ones in the back are so tall. They're actually like probably around 12 or 13 foot tall. I need to measure them, but it is incredible. They are all so pretty. There's different varieties. This one is the dwarf teddy bear or teddy something. I'll have to look it up, but they're super like fuzzy and cute. I really enjoy growing sunflowers, and next year I think that we will definitely grow some and try our hands at maybe growing some for selling, for like picked flowers and such. So I'm going to do some research this winter on how to kind of get that going and what types to grow. So these are just so pretty, so different colors. Some wild zinnias growing up there. Some more volunteers. These are all volunteer zinnias and the volunteer basil. These zinnias are taller than the tomato plants over here. Good job, guys. Here we have the beans that are ready to be pulled out. The ones along the back wall are the pole beans that we didn't really like the variety of. They're more stringy. And then I had some bush beans here in the front that I need to pick a little bit out of there. This is the second planting of the bush beans I did. And they have flowers on them and some little starts, but they're not quite there yet. Hopefully before the frost we'll get some beans out of these. This one is our preferred variety, and they're not as stringy, so I will definitely be growing more beans next year that I will specifically try to grow that aren't stringy. And yeah, so we just have a few of these bush beans down here that already have kind of had their end of season, just a few stragglers left. There's so many that have fallen to the ground that are just rotten.
That's what the chickens are for, Mom.
Yeah, we'll pick all these up and give them to the chickens. At least they can get some food out of it.
I want to pick it. I want to pick it.
Apparently, Mila was giving all of the tomatoes that we've been picking to the chickens. Nobody realized. Like, where's the bucket? Where the ones we're keeping? She's giving it to the chickens. So yeah, I don't know how much she actually gave.
It looks like she didn't give much.
Oh, good.
We caught her in time. This was like we could not see the.
Oh, good. So there's still some in there. Oh, joy. We've got to watch her careful. So we are picking all of the yellow ones too, the ones that are starting to turn red, because they can ripen up on the counter. We're getting these tomatoes out, and we found a little nest. I don't know if you can see it in there. Looks like a bunny's trying to make a nest in here.
Probably feasting on cherry tomatoes.
Well, all these little tomatoes are falling off and just on the ground, so that kind of explains who's doing it. Just like this. This is falling on the ground. And there's quite a few of these tomatoes on the vines, but we only have like 2.5 weeks before our last freeze, or our first freeze, I mean. But look at these, they're finally coming all summer. No tomatoes, and then cools down and licky. So I decided to just go ahead and take off all the green tomatoes. We're gonna see what, how much they turn red. I don't know if they will because they haven't started already. Or maybe I'll try to fry up some green tomatoes. We've never done that before. I don't know if we like it, but it's worth a try. The tomatoes are just falling. So I think because it's getting really cold at night, they're just falling off of the vine and then they're landing on the ground and then the bugs are eating them. So I don't really feel like we're gonna get any more actually go and turn all the way red. So that's why I'm just going to clear them out. I need to get my cover crop planted, so I don't need to be waiting just to see if we get a few more. I'd rather get my cover crop in so that I could be working on getting that established before it really gets cold. So that's what I'm doing now, and that also gives me a chance to get a good weeding in all these beds because the weeds have kind of just taken off because I haven't been out here much. But yeah, so we got a little bit of work to do. We grew a ton of basil this year and it was very proficient, but I've already harvested a ton and I don't need any more. So I'm going to give these to the goats, see if they'll eat it. If they don't, then it's just going straight to the compost. Thank you, bud. Got a wheelbarrow for all of this stuff for the goats. Let's take the string out of it that I use to tie up the plants. Don't want them eating that. I lost all my helpers, so that's okay. So I just looked up on the internet whether goats could have tomato plants, and come to find out the internet says no. So I don't know if that's true or not, but they said it could be toxic. The greenery can be toxic to goats. So I'm not going to give the tomato plants to goats, and I'm just going to give them the basil, which it said goats love and it's really good for them, and the marigolds. So those are the two we'll give them. All the tomato plants will go in the compost. I pulled out all the tomatoes except for a few on the back side there, and all the basil, all the tomatoes here. Oh yeah, I pulled all of these Roma tomatoes out here, the cherry tomatoes in the back, left some of the zinnias just for a little bit since they're doing so well, and the pollinators are all over them, so I want to give them something to eat. I pulled out the dead sunflowers back there, and all of the basil that was just growing, like volunteer growing. All the volunteer zinnias that were small I pulled out, and this is what's left. Got to work over there on the beans still and harvest them and then pull them out. Looks so different now.
So they can have all of this.
Go! Come here! Come here, God! Come here, God! Come on! Come on, God!
Walk away. It is so bright.
Okay, I'm out at the side garden here where our peppers are and some herbs, and we're going to try to harvest as much as we can and clear out this area so we can get the cover crops planted. So let me show you what we have so far. This side garden here is just so sad. It is really in bad condition. There's a ton of peppers on the plants, but I think the cooler nights really started to affect the plants here. These peppers don't seem to really care for the cooler temperatures, but there are a lot of peppers on the plants, so we are going to just pick everything that we have here, and then we'll go ahead and clear out this space to prepare it for some fall planting and some cover crops. Jude is being my helper. Thanks, Jude.
You're welcome.
Getting a collection there, all different types.
Surprisingly, I already have that much.
Yeah.
What kind of bug is that?
Yeah, I don't, stink bug, it looks like, something like that. Just put it in. Little tiny soft pepper. Got my boys helping. Thanks, boys. Making this go faster. Lots of peppers. And Jude has lots of peppers down there. And I am clearing out plants as we go.
This, and then the rest was small.
Wow, look at that plant. It's so big. You got them all off?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
only two, and there was one more that was very small.
Good. Okay, toss it in the pile. Got lots to go in the compost. Look at all these peppers. Wow.
This is a small garden.
I know, to have all these peppers. The front porch garden bed is done. We have cleaned everything out. Okay, it's been a couple days and I wanted to show you what I'm doing with the peppers. I chopped up a bunch of the jalapenos and the banana peppers yesterday, and I put them in the fridge because I was tired and didn't want to can at night. So I'm gonna make pickled peppers for the first time with these, and we'll see how it goes. So I have my water boiling in the water bath. Scott is working on flooring in the other room, so you're gonna hear that. And I have my brine started, which is 2 cups of water and 6 cups of vinegar. And I'm following the recipe, what is it? I'm following the recipe in this book. It is the pickled hot peppers, except for I'm not using all the different peppers that they have. They have 3 different types of peppers in here, and I'm just using the ones I have. So, but I'm still following the brine recipe, which includes some garlic cloves, so I have those in here as well. So once this comes to boil, I will fish out the garlic cloves, and then it'll be ready. I dehydrated these in the oven. Took me a while because I didn't cut these ones in half, but freeze dryer is on the list for next year. This is cayenne peppers, and then I also had some that I had sliced up and put in here. So yeah, we're getting our, I'm gonna end up probably crushing these so we can make like a powder. Okay, real quick tip for you guys. I am new to canning, so this is only, I'm learning by experience, but these have to be hot, these jars have to be hot before I can pack them with food, and so I should have put them in before I boiled the water, but instead I was putting them in after, and you know, that makes it more likely for you to get burned than it is. So tip for you guys, put the jars in before you fill it with water and boil the water, and you might avoid a burn. Mix them up a little bit. Next step is filling them with the brine. I'm gonna have to pack these guys down. There's too much. Oops. Okay, next step is wiping off the rim of each jar with a wet cloth and then putting the cap lid, lid on it, and then finger tight screwing down the metal rim. And then they're ready to go in the water bath. Next step is let them boil for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna wait until this gets to a boil and then I will set the timer for 10 minutes. It's boiling. And I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. At the same time, I have some bread rising. Gonna get another batch of bread going. Is that good, Mila?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, my phone. What's on your face, girl? Is it paint?
Butter.
You were painting, huh? Our house is a complete disaster right now because we've been working in the garden and trying to fit in schoolwork and like working on the house. Scott's been working on the flooring. And so like our whole mudroom is just like everywhere. It's in our main living area while he's working on that flooring in the mudroom and the boys' bathroom. So it's gonna look great when it's done. Just right now our whole house is just a disaster. Is it yummy? Is it good?
Yeah.
Using cheese. What are you eating?
Apple.
An apple. What are you eating with your apple?
Oh.
Peanut butter.
No.
Peanut butter. Okay, I've let it cool a little bit, so I'm going to take these out and let them finish cooling over here on the counter. So they're all sitting here ready to, oh, do you hear them popping? Just cooling. And then we'll be able to put them on our shelf. That's so cool. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys right there. I've got a ton more peppers to take care of, but this is pickling and drying. There's just some things we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna ferment some of them. So it's gonna be a long day, but those are just a few things we're doing. Subscribe to join along on what we do next time.